People don't usually take jobs like this unless they're out of options, no home, no money, no backup. I was one of them. A snowstorm shut down every flight out of Anchorage. My car died somewhere between Glen Allen and Valdez, engine dead, battery useless, not even a radio signal. I had $42, no phone signal, and frost forming inside my coat. A trucker gave me a ride and dropped me off in a nameless town. Just a wooden sign said, population 38, one street, one general store. Darkness everywhere. Inside the store, I saw a flyer taped to the wall. Yellowed paper, torn edges. It read, help wanted, midnight shift attendant, $20 hour plus hazard bonus. Must follow posted rules. No exceptions. There was a number. I called it from the payphone near the propane tanks. One ring. A man answered, just said, Roy. No questions, just instructions. Be at the station by 11:50. Bring gloves. I walked 2 miles through wind that burned my face. My breath turned to ice. I found the place. A concrete box with a sagging metal roof. A worn-out sign, Northern Fuel and Supply. Most of the letters were missing. No vehicles. No working lights. Just one flickering bulb and the faint smell of burnt something. Inside, the heat hit me dry, stale furnace air. Roy stepped out from behind a curtain. Tall, thin, 2 flannel shirts. He didn't smile. He handed me a ring of keys and a laminated paper. Read the rules. Follow them. No exceptions, he said, then walked out. I locked the door behind him and looked at the paper. Bent corners. Greasy fingerprints. Rules for midnight shift. Northern Fuel and Supply. Keep both front and back lights on at all times. If one goes out, replace it right away. If a white car shows up between 1:12 and 1:16 a.m., stay inside. Watch, but do not go outside. If someone comes in wearing a red parka and you can't see their reflection, give them black coffee. Nothing else. Don't speak to them. If the radio turns on by itself, switch it to 101.3 FM and leave it there until the noise stops. Never open the trapdoor in the storage room, even if something knocks. Keep the freezer locked. If it's open, write down what you see and then close it. Write down everything that happens. Use the red logbook under the counter. Everything. Underlined in red. Midnight struck. I didn't hear it, I felt it. The air changed. A low hum began, deep and unnatural. It came from the cooler. I opened it. No shelves. No fan. No light. Just darkness. Too deep for its size. At 12:07, the front light blinked. I grabbed a spare bulb and went outside. The cold sliced through me. One light had shattered, but there was no broken glass. I changed the bulb quickly. My gloves were soaked. When I turned around, someone stood across the road, still, half hidden behind trees. I blinked. They vanished. 12:08 a.m. Changed front bulb. Saw a figure across the road. Didn't make contact. At 12:30, the radio switched on. Soft jazz. Old. Dusty. I hadn't touched it. I turned the dial to 101.3 FM. Static. Then silence. Then a voice. You should have stayed gone. It was my father's voice. He died 5 years ago. You belong here. Then nothing. 12:31 a.m. Radio turned on. Heard a voice like my father's, 101.3 FM. Lasted 30 seconds. At 1:13, a white sedan pulled into the lot. No sound, no lights, no engine. It was parked at pump 2. Nobody got out. After 3 minutes, it backed away and vanished. I checked the snow, no tire tracks. 1:13 a.m., white sedan parked for 3 minutes. No exit. No tracks. At 1:45, the bell above the door rang. Someone entered, red parka. Hood up, no reflection in the glass. They walked up to the counter. I poured black coffee, set it down. They took it, nodded, and walked out. No sound, no words. I waited. 10 minutes before moving again. At 2:15, I heard 3 knocks from the storage room, the trapdoor. I approached. Another knock, softer, faster, then silence. I turned around and left the room. One last knock came from behind me. I didn't log it. Some things shouldn't be written down. At 2:40, I found the freezer open. No alarm. Inside I saw stairs, stone, old, wet, leading into blackness. Wind echoed from below, deep underground. I shut the lid and locked it. 2:40 a.m. The freezer was open. Stone stairs cerising. Wind heard. Closed and locked it. Between 3 and 4, nothing happened, but the air thickened. The silence pressed in. I flipped through the logbook just to hear something. At 4:12, Roy returned. "You followed the rules," he said. He read the logbook, stopping at the freezer entry. Then he handed me an envelope, $160 in crisp bills. What if I broke one? I asked. He didn't blink. Then we wouldn't be talking right now. He turned and walked out. I stood there, still frozen. I have to work again tomorrow, still stuck, still freezing. Nowhere else to go. I opened the red book and added a final line, 8. Never assume it's over. The station doesn't rest, and it never forgets. That book has too many names. Some didn't make it to the end of their shifts. Tonight I added mine.